Welcome back, YouTubers, to the Jeff Major Kerbal Space Program reply video YouTube challenge thing with ExpendableOne23. The current challenge that Jeff has is to create a satellite that will perpetually orbit Kerbin, and I don't know if it's something that we need to avoid on future launches, or if it's just something that he wants to put up there, but we shall make something using stock parts. So in here you can see we have the Orbit Machine Mach 2, and this is the rocket that we use to get into orbit, and I know it is capable of achieving a stable orbit. That is not exactly the goal here. The goal is to, I guess it's this right. We need to get this part into orbit. These need to go. This needs to go. Because the Kerbal inside of this is going to be a satellite. So let's make something that looks cool. There's all stock parts. I think I like these canards, so we're going to use those canards. We could probably put a... that's kind of cool looking. Maybe if I turn this around? No, that's stupid. Probably wouldn't hurt to have... Ooh, what's this? That's not what we want. Definitely want some crazy things like that. Can you rotate them? Yeah, that's dumb. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and fiddle around with this for a while and make a satellite-looking thing. Okay, so as I fiddled with everything, I realized that I could actually probably attach a satellite to my command cockpit, release it when I'm in orbit, get away from it using RCS, and then return back to Kerbin. So I think that's what I'm going to try and do. I'm going to try and return to Kerbin. Land with my satellite being the whatever I design in orbit forever. So that's my challenge to myself, because I know I can get into orbit, I know I can get into a stable orbit, but I want to get into an orbit, release something, then return. So we shall see if I can do that. I'll be right back whenever I finish designing something. Okay, so here's what I've got for a satellite. It looks pretty awesome, say so myself. Essentially when this separates, it's going to push that away. I think this will stay attached. I'm not quite sure on that, because I know when this separates, this whole thing goes down. So I'm thinking this whole thing will go as one piece, so I might need to rotate that around. So, not a big deal. The whole thing will go with it. It'll look cool. These canards are going to, I guess, assist with flight. Not 100% sure. This entire mass right here is not that big of a deal. Put the parachutes on the side. The stages should go like so. The first launch is going to be of these 3 rockets and these engines. They will burn until completion here, where these will break off, and these motors should deploy at the same time. Is that the same ones? Yes. These small guys should go off at the same time, which they're trying to separate the big ones, so I should probably move them there. So they're gonna burn and essentially just look cool. At this point in time, I do not need that much help getting these to separate, but I'm just trying something new so I can kind of see what's going on as far as that goes. And so these will continue to fire down here, and then they'll separate here. Actually, you know what? I do want these to be the correct way, pointing down. Yeah, okay. Because these are just going to fall off, but these are going to go up in upper atmosphere, so they need a little bit of push. So this will separate, and then this engine will start firing. These fuels will be used. I only need one of these. So these fuels will be used to get up to where we need to go, angling and all that good junk. I might need to put another fuel there. Just go ahead and just do that. Fuel's a good thing, except the band, in which case. Ugh. But these 4 fuel tanks, which that should be in this one, will fire and go, and then they will separate here. This will push it away, and then it's the main body of the satellite launcher, this right here. Once this fires and pushes this away, this engine will be able to fire and be used. So it's going to go and separate and everything. And then this decoupler should be here. This one. Yeah, that sounds right. Let's just add a stage just to be sure. This stage will fire, which separates this, allowing this to go wherever it very well pleases. It'll continue off, and then I actually have RCSs here attached to the main body of the spacecraft, which will allow me to maneuver and get away from this, so it can manipulate itself in its own, or continue its own orbit. And I can manipulate myself to angle where I want to go, and then I will continue to use this engine. I believe I can still control the thrust from here, to angle and all that good jazz. And then, actually, will I be able to use? I think I still should be able to control the thrust. I'm not quite sure. I think once I leave the stage, I won't be able to control it. Let me think about it. Okay, so I've decided that what I'm going to do is I'm going to save this as a separate vehicle, yank everything off, launch it, and then see if I can decouple this first, and then continue to control this, because I don't want to launch into orbit and then, you know, have all this crazy stuff happen. So we are gonna change this to, let's see, we're gonna satellite declaring satellite shooter Mark 1. I'm going to save it, and then we're going to go ahead and yank all this off, trash it, and then we're going to launch. I think I have the stages set correctly. Let's see. Should be, let's see, fuel goes to that, and then that separates, and I can still control that. Okay, that's good. And I should be able to separate this. That goes away. Parachute. Landing gear. Yeah, that actually worked perfect. Awesome. Okay, we've got a nice morning launch. Sky's clear. Let's go ahead and turn our SAS on and turn our throttle up. And we should be ready to go. Let me check these control surfaces first. If I turn my SAS off and I want to go left, right? Okay, good. So those canards aren't going to get in the way. So let's go ahead and launch. There's some little wobble right there. Okay. So pretty straightforward right here. Not a ton of force or acceleration, I should say, but there's a lot of mass. So we'll see what happens. So once these fuels start going down, I'll separate, and then we'll see where we're at. That's a problem. It didn't throw us off too badly, but I don't know if you saw that, but that little puff of smoke was the separator firing the stage before it was supposed to. So, I mean, not a huge problem, but yeah, these will separate just fine. I just kind of wish that they would have gone that way, but whatever. Alright, I'll be back whenever the fuel runs out on these tanks. there's my satellite. My periapsis is getting into the actual Earth. Kerbin, whatever you want to call it. I do not want to land in the ocean, but I might be forced to. Pretty much I'm just burning retrograde to my thing, and I've got enough fuel that I should be able to land at Kerbal Space Program. Or at least on the same continent, but not Africa. And fuel should be running out there. No more fuel. Okay, now we're going to separate. Use a little bit of RCS to get away from it. Get away from the thing. And yeah, just angle that up there. So yeah, I believe I successfully did it. I am currently in orbit. I should be landing probably in Europe, right around Pole Prober Mark 7 actually. So I'm going to go ahead and speed up time. Way too fast, way too fast. Okay. And readjust myself. Oops. I might end up in the water, which, you know, it's not that big of a deal. We'll see. That's definitely going to land first, but we're going to zoom in. And at 10,000... Alright, 10,000 meters up, definitely landing on the ground in Russia, I think. Let's see if that's... No, it's Canada. I'm landing in Canada, or Alaska, or something like that. I don't know, whatever, geography's not my thing. Let's get angled back up, turn RCS off because I don't really need it. So yeah, this was a successful mission. Look out there, I've got my debris in an orbit. So, is that orbit changing? Yeah, it looks like it's an increasing orbit, but hey, it's there. Let's go ahead and put this and fire the parachutes now. There we go. There goes the engine, still plummeting. Thanks again for watching. This is my successful orbit and launching of a satellite. I did not do an EVA, but I guess I was going to save that for later anyway. I did, however, manage to launch an independent satellite, so yay me. Thanks again, Jeff. Great videos. You guys should go buy Kerbal Space Program. It's a great game. Jeff, awesome videos. Really like what you're doing with them. Can't wait for the next one, and I will see you guys once can I not launch my... Come on. I want the mobility thing. I guess I can't launch the mobility. So we're going to go ahead and pop our dude out. Boop.